Sunday's stunning win over Edinburgh at the Liberty Stadium, it's back to business now as the Ospreys prepare to face Munster at Thomond Park on Saturday. Join us now as we look ahead to the game with backs coach Gruff Rees, Justin Tipuric and Jonathan Spratt. Jonathan, yeah, made your first Pro12 appearance of the season on the weekend and got yourself a try as well. It was a pretty enjoyable afternoon out there.
Yeah, it was. The weather was nice. It was a lovely Sunday afternoon with great support, and it was nice for the boys to put in a good performance.
When you reflect on that performance and review it, what do you take out of it? Obviously we've got 9 tries, 62 points, but is it work-ons? Is it satisfactory? What is the verdict?
Of course, we're reasonably pleased. You said we've scored 9 tries. To do that against any team is no mean task. To do it at Edinburgh at the Liberty Stadium was great for us. As you said, there's still plenty of work-ons to be done. I think we left a few tries out there. There's some technical points we need to work on, which we'll see throughout the week now. And obviously, we've got an extremely tough task ahead of us in Munster away in Thomond Park.
You mentioned that Munster Thomond Park. It's always a difficult place to go, but is it a case of catching them the right time after they've had a couple of defeats at home, or does that count for nothing? I
think that counts for nothing. When you play a team like Munster, they've got the pedigree within Europe, within the Pro12 that we've seen. We know what to expect from them. Extremely talented team, and we're going to have to take that into account when we play them out there.
You find yourself in the strange position of being one of the old men of a young team at the moment. How is that when you're amongst a group of young boys coming through? How do you feel about the vibe in the camp?
As you said, yeah, I do feel slightly old now with some of the players we've got coming through from the age groups now, coming through into their full Ospreys. We've got boys like Nicky Smith, Sam Davis, extremely young, talented players. But no, it's great. We want to see these players play. And it's nice to see a few of them get some run-outs now so early in the season.
And for a lot of them, they came into the group last season. They've got a bit of experience under their belts now, and this year they're going to be all the better for that as they try and really make their name as an Osprey. Yeah,
of course they are. They would have taken a few games that they played last year, hope to build on that during the pre-season and the first couple of games they've had now. But as you said, to go away and play against Munster in Thomond Park, this is where that will have to come into the fore now. We'll have to take that and be really positive when we do play against them.
Is the reality of the situation with young men like that in the group and such a young squad that there will be ups and downs, and if we hit a bump on the road against Munster that we just have to knuckle down and get on with it?
Of course, sport, rugby is a professional sport, and obviously you have to win games, you have to lose games, unfortunately. But then you take the experiences like playing away Munster, playing away at Ravenhill up in Ulster, or the RDS Showground. You take these experiences on board, and then for the next time you play out there, you can progress and get that little bit more experience, and hopefully we can get more of a winning mentality when you go to these tough places.
Join us at the Liberty Stadium as old rivalries are renewed on Sunday the 12th of October when the Ospreys take on the Cardiff Blues with a 4 p.m. kick-off. Tickets are available now from the ticket office as well as online at ospreysrugby.com/buy tickets and via the ticket hotline on 0844 815 665. Make sure you bring the young ones to the Ozone for pre-match activity as we'll be giving away vouchers for free Frank and Benny's meals for all Aussies Army members. The Ozone is located to the rear of the South Stand and will be open from 2 p.m, 2 hours ahead of kick-off. This game will also see the launch of a full matchday mega screen experience with the 2 new screens at either end of the ground in full effect. You can see our company name up on the big screen or on the LEDs. To take advantage of one of these advertising opportunities, email commercial@ospreysrugby.com. If you want to watch the game in style, there are also passes available for the Executive Club, and we have boxes available for the big local derby match. Again, if you want to find out more, please email commercial@ospreysrugby.com. If the dust has settled on Sunday's 62-13 win over Edinburgh, what's the verdict from the coaching team?
Got to be pleased in terms of outcome, and people chuck generic words around about being ruthless and being accurate, and we were those, but you've got to give meaning to them. So we've actually shown where and how we applied those things, but also still where there were some scruffy elements, we've got to tidy up for the Munster challenge.
Any ideas, any clues on what areas you think need working on?
There was a couple of times we lost shape in the mid-third, and that was evident in some points in the first half, but perhaps even more so then as the game was going on. There was obviously speed of ball, and we were pleased with that speed of ball because we were moving the Edinburgh defence around, but sometimes we didn't always adjust well to that. But thereafter we finished tries really well, and backs and forwards are integrating quite well with certain things.
It's been alluded to by some of the boys in the media after Sunday's game that it's a completely different challenge this weekend at Munster. What are your thoughts on that and what we can expect at Thomond Park?
Yeah, it's probably a true barometer of where this team's at. We spoke in the summer about having confidence in this group, but it's about this group now going away and achieving significant victories away from home, and this represents a real test for this group. Last couple of years out in Thomond Park we've had some tough challenges, haven't played particularly well but been really tight physical games, so we've got to get our mindset around that sort of challenge whilst bringing the quality we've seen in glimpses this season so far.
Keeping a sense of realism and perspective about things. When you've got a young group of players, you always expect ups and downs and peaks and troughs. If that happened on Saturday, I think there's a message to people that they need to expect some ups and downs and really stay realistic.
Yeah, I think we're all aware of that, but I mean we're confident, we're excited with the group, and we go to this game expecting to win. That's our challenge, but understanding that it's a long process, and we're seeing some individual performances at the moment going up and down in certain parts of their game. So as a team we're pretty consistent with certain things, but we've got to keep on top of all and everything that goes into working and winning games.
You use the word consistent. Is that the key for a young group over the course of a season where they're learning week by week?
Yeah, it is, because then regardless of opposition you've got a real check on where this team's at. As I said, there'll be some games where we might come unstuck, but we know in terms of where we want to be with the group, and obviously wins put you right in the profile of things, but we've got to be above the results sometimes, just keep working long and hard about the improvements we want to make behind the scenes.
Justin, after some surgery, back in action, how did you feel on Sunday?
Yeah, it was nice to get back. Being a bit frustrating, and on the sidelines took a little bit longer than I would have liked. A few little setbacks, but physios and everyone have been great, so really happy to get out there and back playing with the boys.
And you don't strike me as one of those happy patients, you'd rather be in the thick of it.
Yeah, it's never nice watching from the sideline, to be honest. You're always biting your fingernails and you just want to get out there and play and crack on with it.
One of the benefits of being on the sidelines is you get a chance to have a watching brief, and you've been pretty impressed by what you've seen the first couple of weeks from the young boys.
Yeah, they've been excellent, to be honest. It was Treviso obviously home, we obviously comfortably winning that, and we always expect to be in, but going to the Dragons is a very hard thing to do, and the boys did excellent. They front up and come back with a W, which we haven't done often, so it was really good on their half, and they're continuing it now. When it comes to training, it's always the same, setting high standards, and that's what we've got to do.
3 wins from 3 is a great start to the season, but I think it's important to remember that that's all it is, a start to the season. Nothing's ever won in the 3rd week of September.
Yeah, exactly. People are getting a bit carried away, and we don't get carried away. We still got a lot of things to put right, and at the end of the day we can only play what's in front of us, and we've got a tough game against Munster away this weekend, and that's going to be a real test, and it's going to show how far we've come, but we just got to keep on setting those standards high and keep grounding and pushing ourselves on.
Munster lost the opening weekend, but they've 2 wins from 2 since then, so they're going to be up for it. It's going to be a real tough challenge.
Exactly, and they haven't been in the finals of Heineken Cups for no reason, and they got that history there of being a successful club, so they're going to be thereabout at the end of the season, and it's going to be a tough game. And
games like that, there's weight on the shoulders of people like yourself, Alan, Wynne, Dan, to show some leadership for the young group of boys coming through.
Yeah, well, obviously, we've got to try and step up and be a bit of a leader now, and that's something that us older guys, I'd say older, even though getting on a bit, but we've got to try and do now to make sure all these great young players are coming through.
That's all for now. Don't forget the Ospreys are at home next when Cardiff Blues come to town on Sunday, the 12th of October. It's a Super Sunday, the first Welsh derby of the season at the Liberty, so make sure you are there to support the cause. Tickets on sale now at all the usual outlets.